I've wanted to be a YouTube creator for years. I've started channels, uploaded vlogs,
and then quit.
Last week I uploaded a video after a 2-year break, and it did absolutely nothing. 17 views. Instead of giving up, my brain did what it usually does. It hyper-fixated. I spent all night researching, looking for a formula, and honestly, it seems to be pretty simple. I have a theory, but a theory is useless without a practical test.
So think of this video as of a guinea pig.
We are testing a 6-step formula to see if a complete noob can crack the algorithm. Step 1. The plot. A central theme, an idea, a why. Don't get me wrong, I love a chill, cozy day in the life video. I watch them all the time, but I realized something painful while editing my last video. That formula only works if people already know who you are and if they already care about you. When it's just me vibing, it doesn't work. Nobody is clicking to see what I ate for breakfast if my subscriber count is in the single digits. If you are a completely unknown creator, your vlog has to have a challenge, an obstacle, or a problem to overcome. Ask yourself honestly, would you watch a video with completely no central theme from an unknown creator? Probably not. I know I wouldn't. So the new rule is simple. You have to give people a reason to care about a concept before they ever care about you.
Step 2. The script.
Do you need one? Yes and no. You don't need to write out a teleprompter style script that makes you sound robotic, but you do have to know what you're going to be talking about. If you're going to discuss a topic or share an idea, you have to have at least a general outline of your speaking points. You can always edit out the long silences, the the other filler words, but if you don't have a map before you hit record, you're going to wander around in circles. It's simple. If you don't know where your sentences are ending, then your viewer isn't going to stick around to find out. They're just going to click away. Having a vague idea of your direction makes the whole experience smoother for you and a million times better for them. Step 3. The outline. This is where you bridge the gap between what you're saying and what your audience is actually looking at. So think, are there any stylistic choices you want to be making during the editing process? Is there a certain mood you're trying to hit, or any sounds that you need to research beforehand? You might prefer to freehand this step, and that's fine. If you've made videos before, you naturally start to get a general feel for the rhythm, but an outline forces you to think about the final product before you even start to film. Think of it this way. It's about deciding what needs to be shown to prove your point, rather than just filming everything and then hoping a story will magically appear in the editing software later. Step 4. Shot lists. This is a big question. How cinematic do you actually want your video to be? Personally, I realized that I find it incredibly interesting and honestly a really fun challenge to create beautiful intentional images. So for me, going forward, the step is non-negotiable. I want to actively attempt specific shots, angles, and lighting conditions. It's not strictly necessary for everyone and heavily depends on your personal style and what you aspire to visually, but if you're trying to elevate your look, a shot list is your best friend. Planning my shots in advance means I'm forced to hunt for natural light, create depth in the frame, and think about camera angles rather than just pointing my camera and praying it works out. Step 5. The editing workflow. This is the part where I usually get overwhelmed. I tend to shoot a ton of clips, and editing in strictly chronological order just doesn't really work out for me. Normally, my process is building piece by piece, clip by clip, cutting individual clips together with their own sounds, and trying to weave them all together. But I think that's exactly where my confusion sets in. So my challenge today is completely flipping my usual workflow on its head. I'm testing what the formula suggests by building the skeleton first. I'm forcing myself to lay down the voiceover track, get the audio narrative to make absolute sense on its own, and then overlay the visuals. This goes against how I normally edit, but we're attempting being structured today to see if this new workflow actually helps me avoid freezing. Once the skeleton is built, it's going to be the usual run after that. So a rough cut, a second revision after a break, and any color correction or final touches to bring everything to life.
Step 6. The thumbnail.
This is easily the step that I allocate the least amount of time to, just because for me it's not as fun as the actual filmmaking process. And I'm assuming it must be somewhat true for you as well. I've discovered that ignoring it is a trap. You could make a literal cinematic masterpiece, but without a good thumbnail, nobody is going to click on it, and without any clicks, you might as well not have made
anything.
But if the thumbnail doesn't convince someone to click on the video itself effectively doesn't exist. It just sits there with 17 views. So what actually defines a good thumbnail? It doesn't need to be over-designed or crowded with text. In fact, from what I've discovered, the best ones are usually basic. It needs to be simple, high contrast, and it needs to be interesting enough to make someone want to stop and see the rest of the story. The theory is done, the clips are shot, and if you're hearing my voice right now, it means that the formula actually worked. This is just chapter 1, by the way. If you're interested in what happens in chapter 2, please hit subscribe. Thank you for watching, have a good day, and hope to see you again.